White collar, blue collar, no collar. Leave your status outside. When you come in here, we'll treat you like a millionaire.
It's the most exclusive yet inclusive club in all of Roanoke, the Millionaires Club, and you'll only find it at the Texas Tavern.
We're part of the social fabric of Roanoke, Virginia. We don't take that lightly either. It's something we're very proud of.
Pride that goes back 4 generations of owner Matt Bullington's family to his great-grandfather Nick, who worked with the Ringling Brothers Circus, traveling the country in the early 1900s. During his travels, he came across a chili recipe in San Antonio, Texas. He put his spin on it, and the tavern was born. But Roanoke wasn't the original destination.
First Texas Tavern was opened in 1926 by my great-grandfather outside of Indianapolis. And if you look at that whole cabinet, that actually came, all this behind here, from the original one in Indiana. So that even predates this building, which was built in 1930. All that stuff was 1926.
The arch out front, a nod to the Alamo. And Texas in the name, well, that's because that's where the chili recipe came from. Most of the aesthetics of the tavern haven't changed either, like the panels on the walls to the metal footrail.
When it was put in, there were no holes in it. But shoe leather put those holes in it.
Bullington says taking people down memory lane is just as important as the food they serve.
In the next 10 minutes, I could have somebody that came in here in 1940 for the first time.
One of the most memorable stories was from a woman in her 90s who walked in this place a few years ago.
We have a photo of the day we opened, and then my great-grandfather got a bunch of young boys that were in here. They all went outside and took a photo. Her husband was one of those boys in the photo, and it just evokes a good memory.
Now that the history lesson's over, it's lunchtime. Much like the decor, the menu runs on the same motto: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We try to keep it simple. We try to do what we do well. We don't try to be things that we're not. So you probably aren't going to see a Caesar salad on the menu anytime.
Humor is high on the menu at the tavern and has been since day one. From the tongue-in-cheek signs around this joint, even to what they call ketchup.
We'll keep ketchup, but we keep it hidden. We're kind of ashamed of it. We call it sissy sauce. You don't put ketchup on a hamburger, you put mustard on a hamburger.
Familiarity with a side of fun. It's what's turned this 10-stool diner into a rite of passage for Roanokers, like Birdman.
Park my car in the same spot every day as much as I can, and I usually bring my birds in. They eat some crackers, have some chili. They love it as much as I do, and I always like to get a Dirty Travis just because it's the sloppiest thing on the menu.
Now this bad boy here is on the secret menu. Yes, they do have a secret menu at the TT, but we're going with the classics today. A double meat cheesy, a hot with, and a bowl of chili with. And when you say with, that means onions. And don't you dare forget that famous tavern relish, which is cabbage base instead of pickles.
What was it that drew me back to these hot dogs? And even the burgers, it's the relish. And you got to go with to get that healthy amount of onion. It's delicious to the last bite. We'll wash it down with ice cold Coke. Is that my NASCAR product placement there? Yeah. It's gonna be 95 degrees. And a bowl of this will make you feel right.
The tavern is here 24 hours a day, 364 days a year with a familiar staff who tells it how it is. And Birdman says you can't get that anywhere else.
Here, they can be real with you. Anywhere else, you're gonna get the same story every day. Can I take your order? Can I help you, sir? And you get your bang for your buck.
Just make sure you have an actual buck, cash only in this joint. But no worries, if you forgot, the ATM is waiting right next to the 1950s Coke bottle machine.
It's the Millionaires Club for a reason. There's a reason why this place gets flooded all the time.
People crave things that are authentic and don't change. And that's really one of our strong points. We're nothing if we're not real Americana.
Texas Tavern, the original hometown eat.